Can you see us?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how are you guys? God bless you, Mark, and God bless you, Patrick. I am Hawk. My husband is Hawk. I am Ren. Sorry, I'm nervous and excited. I'm also blessed to be celebrating my anniversary today. This is our anniversary date. We chose to be with you guys for our anniversary.
Congratulations.
And thank you. 12 years. Question for you. My grandfather was in the Air Force. His father was in the Air Force. Something has protected me my entire life. My grandfather admitted to it. He was a lieutenant colonel. He was a bomb codes carrier. He was a part of Nagasaki. He was stationed in Turkey and Japan and Iceland. He also did a stint in Antarctica, and he told me, Bren, when I was little, he said, whatever you've seen in the sky knows who you are. That's all you need to know. And I said, okay. And he said, they're there to protect you. And I said, okay. And it has my entire life. In university in 2007, I talked about it in the chat. Three globes appeared in the type 2 formation. I watched them for several hours. I was outside having a dart, studying for finals. And my roommate came home, who was a bartender, at 3 o'clock, and he sat down with me, and he saw it too and watched it with me. And then they collided, came down, and were big and bright. And I was frozen, but my boyfriend at the time picked me up, and we ran inside, and that was the first experience with him. I called my grandfather, and he said, he said, Bren, he said, you've been introduced. And I said, well, what was it? Was it angels or aliens? And he said, well, how did you feel? Were you scared or were you interested? And I said, I wasn't scared at all. I actually was just intrigued. That's why I didn't move. And he said, and that's what he said, they're there to protect you then. Then when we got together, we moved to Airdrie, Alberta, Canada. We bought our first home. We were very proud homeowners. Uh, Vice president of the HOA, okay? Global light appears in our living room. The doorbell rang, and then I had an old timey bell above the door. That that chimed, and then a ball of light about this size appeared, and then it grew to be about the size of a basketball. Our neighbors were helping us do work in the home. One of them, he was 18, standing there. It went through his body, pushed out some kind of dark shadow, that I then saw the dark shadow go this way and the ball of light go that way. Afterwards, we obviously put our home up for sale. We have now sold our home. We now live in an RV with our family. And my question is, what drove us out of our home? That felt scary. That was not safe. But the ball of light that came felt safe. And I said, oh, I think that was Papa's friends.
Mhm.
Question.
That
That's the question.
that's the that's a very common behavior and observation of the type threes.
Okay.
They in the buildings they will light up. They will yeah, that's what you saw, is like an insert process where they inserted someone or something to take a look at something. So that's what it appears to be. I've
So was
seen
it
this. Yeah, I've
her? Was
seen.
it
Sorry.
was it helping the neighbor because there was a dark shadow that came out of the neighbor that felt negative? Was
I
it
don't
the
know.
light?
I don't know. But all I can say is that what you saw is consistent with what people see in other haunted buildings, and which is the root cause of that is a type three sphere. I got a video. I got a picture of one right here. Give me a second. Share my screen. This one here. This is what it looks like here. So these are the type threes. Small silver balls flying around.
That's exactly it. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Okay. So what are we looking at here? It flooded our home as well. Something flooded our home. Our children, we were all asleep in our bed in our room,
Mhm.
and it something flooded our home, sir.
Yeah, they'll say these are transponders. So what it does, it will come online and then start relaying signals. And when it's glowing, it means it's in a high energy state, which means it's doing a high energy broadcast or high energy transmission. Um, but that's what it's doing. And we picked up those signals. We picked up the radiation from it. But it appears to be, it seems to be probably operating in a safe location where you work in comparison to where it was.
It was
Um,
living in our basement. It was living in our basement. I never,
yeah,
and we were
yeah,
told there was a portal. We lived in our home. We wrote a children's book about it. It's called Where the Rain Stops by Hawk
yeah.
Wren. It's actually on YouTube. But we wrote a story about it. Our home. We lived there for 735 days. I never unpacked my suitcase. We moved in when my son was just born. We knew it was a mistake.
Mhm,
Something was wrong with that house, that basement. He worked in it.
mhm,
I don't know how. He didn't sleep. We didn't sleep for 735 days. Our children only slept in their room for 5 because we were told there was a portal in their closet. And
mhm,
sir, that dark shadow to further the story that was inside of the neighbor came from the closet. And then I
mhm,
prayed to God because I believe in Jesus and I believe in God. And I said, "Oh my God, Jesus, please come help us." And then when we ran down the stairs, that's when the white light appeared. And
mhm,
now my grandfather never answered me. Is it angels or aliens? I don't know. But something came, and I'm telling you, it helped. It got
mhm,
rid of whatever came out of the closet
mhm.
into the neighbor, and then it pushed it out. So, is this an instance of good and evil? That's my question. What is this? Is this angels and demons? Is this good and evil? Are we in Constantine?
So just to back up a little bit. So I searched for the word basement in the book Sphere Network, and it says exactly right here. All the type 3 spheres are being programmed with the same code as evidence is shared by a shared behavior trace. Most common with being cat and mouse patterns. Noticeably, intense activity tends to concentrate either at top floor or attic or basement of a building. In essence, they broadcast from areas within the structure that is either as far away from human contact as possible or the most shielded. So, um, yeah, the fact that it was in the basement makes sense. And uh, what what you're seeing, I think, is maybe somehow these spheres are connected to what we call God, I guess. I don't know. But all I can do is say that in religious imagery, the type 1 spheres and other spheres are shown. So it might be connected.
When they're blowing up the ones that are coming in, are those good guys? Are we killing the good guys coming in?
I don't know. I don't know if we're calling the good or the bad or the ugly. I don't know. All I can tell you is that they are intercepting internal groups coming in. That's it.
Well, we shouldn't be killing anyone. We should just be communicating and working with people, period, or individuals.
Well, I mean, maybe, but maybe they know something that we don't. So it might be a different case altogether.
My grandfather said what you stated about us being animalistic and things like that. He always told me that the reason he said, "Bren, the reason that they won't work with us is because we're not ready yet and we're too violent."
Yeah, yeah. But then that looks to be hard coded in our nature anyway. That looks to be part of the program. If we are the third line of defense, then we would be coded to be violent. However, that does seem to be tapered down over the years now.
Makes sense. But what is the answer then? What do you think the answer is then, Patrick?
Well, the future of humanity is going to be an interesting one. So the what we are seeing right now is the emergence of AI, and the reality is that we cannot compete with AI. We cannot compete with robotics, and which are coming up afterwards either. So everyone's going to be out of a job sooner or later. The only way forward is to use something like Neuralink or products like it to fuse with artificial intelligence. So in a way that our biological brain will be the manager and the AI will be the calculator. It'll be doing all the calculations and the maths and so forth. In other words, you could take someone
But
who
what
has an I.
that 6 6, I mean, that I'm just saying, wouldn't that be what the Bible speaks about with putting a chip in you and what it warns about in Revelations? Wouldn't we then be completing what my religion considers revelations?
I have no idea. What all I can tell you is that the path that we're headed is to fuse with AI. Which
Okay.
in a way we already are anyway, because when you're using your phone or ChatGPT, you are using AI. It's just the bandwidth is very limited. And we have to use our fingers to communicate with it. But if we had like a gigabit link to it, then that's a complete game changer. Um, so what will happen is in the future is humans will also be very good at nanotechnology with nanobots. So you'd be able to drink like a health drink in the morning, and it'd be full of nanobots, and it will build your body like a like a perfect athlete. You'd be super fit, super strong, and you won't have to go to the gym ever. It will just be knock the drink back, and it will do all the work for you. And then you'd be fused with AI as well, so you'll be super intelligent. You'll have an IQ from 100 to 250 over literally within overnight from having that implant. And at that stage, that's when things can change for the better and also for the worst. So we'll be able to
Ah,
create much better technology, but there'll also be bigger repercussions as well. And that's the way it appears to be modeling out.
and don't we have to make sure the good guys are at the helm?
Oh yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, yeah.
Are
Yeah.
they? That's another question, Patrick. Are the
I have
good
no
guys at the
idea. I have no
Okay.
idea. I have no idea.
God bless you. Thank you for your time. And God bless you, Mark. Thank you for putting this together.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um,